separated? No, the ones that you. For the veterans, those people sent overseas to protect the peace, up in the air to explore, water protectors throughout the land. All those coming to and from this round dance today, ask for safety for them, and say miigwech we'wena to the Creator for those He brought home safely. Offer the same with tobacco to the Creator for our families. Ask the Creator to watch over and protect them today throughout their lives and the lives of the generations to come, and say miigwech we'wena to the Creator for those blessings. Offer the same with four directions of Wabanagdasi and say miigwech. Kiawanagdasi, say miigwech. Ningabianagdasi and say miigwech. Tikiwanagdasi and say miigwech. Aki, Mother Earth, and say miigwech. Kichiman, the Creator, and say miigwech. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for this fire. Thank you, Fire Spirit, for accepting that, those prayers, Grandfather. Miigwech.
Okay, hi, my name is Yabashan Old Shield, and I belong to the Three Fires Medewan Lodge, and we're here doing a fundraiser for land recovery. We owe $15,000 left on the property that is used for our traditional ceremonies, and so we're just doing a little fundraising here, different items, and hoping to, raise some funds towards our good efforts for that land recovery.
I'd like to speak on my dad and my grandma, who were boarding school survivors. And my dad would say, I remember him telling me that they would come through families' homes and literally pull kids out. And the kids that didn't get pulled out are the ones that where families were notified or they heard what was going on and they hid their children. But these boarding schools were placed to take Indian kids in and basically not let them be who they are. They made them speak English, they cut their hair, they made them look at Bibles. Anything but being native.
This one is this is just a
To be in this fight, this struggle to get our culture, our way of life, our language, and bring it back. And it's not an overnight fix. It wasn't taken away overnight. We're talking centuries of being withheld or put down or not being able to do what we know. So tonight's event, a round dance, the Native American Anishinaabe are very spiritual people. And the reasons this is a social gathering, but we do it at night because for us it's to be with our ancestors who've passed.
My name is William Little Soldier. I'm the tribal chief of the Muncie Delaware Indian Nation, USA Territories. Part of it was made in the 1850s. It had some repair on it in the last century. This is one of my headpieces, made out of Job's tears, also called bead corn. Along with one of the eagle feathers. I've earned more eagle feathers than I can wear. I've earned about 68. I would look like a Sioux Indian with a big headdress. We didn't wear the high headdresses like you see on TV because the woodland Indians in the plains, it works great. The woodland Indians, if they wore the headdresses, they'd be snagged in bushes and everything else. So that's why people often ask me that. How come your tribe doesn't wear them big headdresses? Try going through the woods with a big headdress on, you get about 10 feet. We have always tried, and I continue to try, to teach other cultures that are similar to ours, their cultures that have lost. The Bear Feast was one that I taught the Canadians who had lost theirs, their ability of it. And I've taught my tribal members. It's just that people need to be aware of what's going on around them before your freedom is lost. We lost our freedom because of our basic belief of helping everyone. The Pilgrims would have never made it if ancestors of my tribe, it was the Muncies primarily that helped the Pilgrims. And every day goes by, I'm reminded of the words that I said to Peyton Clark about us becoming vanishing. It does not matter if someone is a full blood or 1/500th native blood. It is a way of life. It is a belief. It is in the soul of how you live and how you respect the earth. Remember, the earth is our mother. The water is a circle of life. Before you're born, you're encased in water. That is your life. You destroy your water, you destroy your air, like the politicians want to today, just for dollars. Saddens me. Great chief once Seattle on the west coast once said that after the foreigners came and destroyed the earth, the shores of our dead will float back up and reclaim the earth that they had destroyed. A lot of people realize, even though Lewis and Clark had started their mission from St. Joseph, Missouri, they contacted different tribes from the east for assistance. Our tribe was one that did that. In 2004, 200 years later, they had the descendants of William Henry Harrison, Meriwether Lewis, and I think it was George Rogers Clark was his first name. I'm bad with names. And their descendants. And they retraced the Corps of Discovery, as it was called. And we met at the Treaty of Greenville Council House. Not the original one, but one that they rebuilt. And on our display, we have some of the things that was presented to our tribe. In that gathering there, we talked about, it was closed, that part was closed to the press, and the rebuilt council house, which is in Greenville, Ohio, in Darke County, it talked about the assistance of the various tribes. And as Mr. Clark was talking, Peyton Clark, I looked around and I saw the names of all the tribes that had participated in helping Lewis and Clark. And nearing the end of the speech he was giving, he looked at me and said, imagine 100 years from now our ancestors will be here celebrating 300 years since the moment of the assistance your tribe and the other tribes here had given. as he said those words, I looked on the wall and I saw tribes like Erie, Potawatomi, Eel River, Delaware, the Shawnee, Oneida, I believe, and several other tribes. At that meeting in 2004, there were members from 5 tribes of the original 13, I believe, 13 or 14 tribes. And I looked at Peyton Clark and I said, it is true in 100 years that your ancestors will be here. And I said, as I look at the names of the tribes that are no longer here and have vanished to the winds, I said, but will ours? I think and hope that as the future goes on, that even if we're gone, people remember what we stood for and always remember to take care of the earth.